like if you found the video valuable. On the corner of Ashbury Lane, in a house with ivy-wrapped columns and faded blue shutters, lived Mrs. Lenora Whitmore, the widow. People in the neighborhood said she hadn't left the house in years, ever since her husband, Harold, had vanished without a trace. Detective Elsie Brandt wasn't one for rumors, but something about the old Whitmore house nagged at her. She'd passed it every day on her way home from the station. Every night, at precisely 9:03 p.m., the curtain of the upper right window would move, just slightly. Not open, not drawn, just move. On a drizzly Wednesday evening, Elsie couldn't ignore the pull any longer. She rang the bell. The chime echoed like a funeral toll. The door opened a crack. Yes, a voice creaked. Mrs. Whitmore, I'm Detective Brandt. Mind if I ask a few questions about your husband? A pause. Then, Harold's dead. There's nothing more to say. Elsie met her eyes through the crack. Pale, steady, sad. No body was ever found. No note. Just gone. That's unusual. He left, Lenora said flatly. And he never came back. May I come in? Elsie asked. Lenora hesitated but finally opened the door. Inside, the house smelled like cedar and age. Dust motes floated in beams of gray light. A grandfather clock ticked louder than necessary. He was a quiet man, Lenora said as she led Elsie to the parlor. He spent most evenings reading by that window. The very window where the curtain moved. Elsie walked to it. You still see him sometimes, don't you? She asked. Lenora didn't answer. Neighbors say that curtain moves at the same time every night. Like someone's standing there. That's nonsense, Lenora whispered, suddenly weary. Elsie pulled the curtain back. The window was sealed shut. No breeze, no draft. Then something caught her eye. A faint scratch on the wall below the window frame. A name. E. Whitmore. Is this yours? Elsie asked. Lenora's face paled. No, that's his mother's name. Evelyn Whitmore. A name not mentioned in the missing persons file. Did she live here? She died before Harold and I married. Stroke, I think, Lenora said, but her voice lacked conviction. Elsie felt the floor creak beneath her feet. Would you mind if I looked around? The widow didn't object. The rest of the house was ordinary, until Elsie reached the basement door. A thick chain hung from it, padlocked. I keep cleaning supplies down there, Lenora said. May I? Reluctantly, Lenora handed over the key. The basement was darker than it should have been. The air, stale and heavy. Boxes were stacked high, tools, furniture, and, in the far corner, a trunk. Elsie opened it. Inside was a coat, a man's, a wallet inside the pocket. Harold Whitmore. She turned to Lenora. You said he left. Lenora stood silently on the top step, her eyes blank. He was going to leave. Said he met someone else. That our house, our life, was too small. So what happened? I asked him to stay. He laughed. Elsie closed the trunk slowly. The curtain moves because you sit there every night, don't you? Waiting, watching. Tears slid down Lenora's cheeks. He was going to leave me like everyone else. But I made sure he didn't. Elsie didn't cuff her. Not yet. Instead, she looked up toward the window. 9:03 p.m. The curtain moved again, just slightly. But this time, neither of them was near it.